Everyone, and welcome to the Season 10 Premier Ball Power Rankings. It's about time. It's been too long. Premier Ball took a rest after last season, but we are back in style, by the way, as Spades joining by my summer partner, Solanor, aka Chad.
It's me.
Even though we're both on the East Coast, I still had to up my game with attire.
No, my game comes from right here. This is what my game is.
And get you off now. But anyways, we are here to power rank for the best division of the SCDA, Premier Ball, of course. And let's jump into that, shall we? So let me hit the right documents. Let me hit this button. There we go. We did it. We are here.
Yep, we're big chillin'.
And we begin with the red division. So Premier Ball is split into two. We got the red people and we have the white people. I forget what the terminology people were coming up with, like crabs, ketchup, mayo.
Crab. Yeah, it's Premier Crab and Premier Clam, I think. Are clams white? I don't know. I feel like white clams exist.
Well, mussels are white.
Sure.
Could be mussels.
I want to be in Premier Mussel anyway, because it sounds close to muscle, you know? Second flex within 5 minutes.
Alright. The red and the white people, there we go. We're gonna start associating. Anyways, we have Oxowave and his Nine Mayhen Dusk Mains. I think I got that right. Oxo, correct me if I'm wrong. If not, I'm not Dutch. And he has selected the Urshifu Rapid Heatran Rillaboom Firewater Grass, which seems a bit last gen, but hey, I won't.
Nah. This team is fucking gasoline. This team is so good. Honestly, probably best team. Best team in my humble opinion.
All right, so the first three are good. I like the first three. Cress is just good on its own. Regidrago wishes it had a little bit of speed control. Overquill is... I actually don't know much about this thing because it's new.
Overquill's a little mid, but on this team I feel like it's relatively decent. Just my take, personally.
It's nice that its only weakness is ground and it's covered by Rillaboom to some extent. And then Avalugg to take somewhat advantage of Cresselia maybe setting Trick Room, Fletchling for the immediate Tailwind, and then Tinkatuff to say that you have a Steel type.
Well, he has a Steel type. He has Heatran. I need to beat Spades. I need to be turned down again.
Damn it.
I'm still too loud.
Alright, you're down again.
Turn me down on Discord. I'm pretty sure that'll help.
Well, there we go. You're turned down
How's
on
that?
Discord.
I don't know if it's helping. I feel like I'm still too loud.
Is he still too loud? We need to know. No one's responding.
Nah,
Right,
whatever.
I'm an amateur at this. Apologies. Regardless, Oxo has a very nice squad. There's some cool gimmicks and tricks that I can see. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that nothing's over 100 speed. God damn it. Let me turn you down.
It's calm. I don't... Okay. You got me.
We're going to put you down to there.
Am I loud now? I'm looking at your stream setup and I'm still too loud. Can I turn myself down? How do I do that?
No, you're fine. You're fine. We'll figure it out. But regardless, yeah, the only thing I don't like is the lack of something over 100 speed. But everything else is pretty much perfect, and we take that.
I don't even know if it necessarily hurts him. Honestly, he can play into Trick Room well because he has probably the best Trick Room setter. And
yes, but most of the time I think he's just gonna get outsped is my issue. So he has to kind of go into Trick Room or get outsped. He needs to choose.
Yeah, that's fair. I do wish he maybe had something a little bit more speed tier defining, but yeah. His types are his type chart is just absolutely insane. He has arguably some of the best mons of each type which is really impressive. So
Alright.
lots of good item versatility as well. I would say this is like a really strong tier, or like a really strong
team. You got
team.
the Rillaboom plus Symbiosis synergy, which is
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, sure. I think that the better synergy just comes from like how well balanced his team is. Like he could
very nice balance-wise.
he could arguably just bring his top 6 mons every single week and like call it a day. Like he could just find different sets for his top 6 mons. But Tinkatuff is actually really good value. I'm not a Fletchling believer personally, but
I mean, Fletchling just sets Tailwind and then dies, but sometimes it's good enough. But this team's not as hyper offense enough to need that. But
yeah.
Urshifu can definitely do that, and Urshifu was picked #1 overall for a reason, because it is really strong with Terra Water now. Surging Strikes does even more.
Yeah, that's a GOAT pick.
Yeah, so I like the squad. I think we can put this in A and then trickle it to S when we see more teams.
I'm cool with that. I would say it's probably, A is fine. I would say
it'll probably go upwards to here, but we need to see more teams first. We can't just put the first one here, because then any team's better than this, then we're confused. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
the Tinkatar type chart is wrong. I don't know what happened here. That's not my problem. That's somebody else's. All right, moving along, we have Snuggle Forever and Perplexer.
Yeah, this is a good team.
You got Fluttermane and Gothitelle for some nice Parish Trap shenanigans. Brute Bonnet is the better Amoonguss in draft, in my opinion. Rotom Heat is strong, and then some solid Trick Room mons to kind of go with the Trick Room package. With Scissor, Hariyama, Vaporeon. Now this team, I'm actually a big fan of, because it has the Trick Room stuff, but that can also work out of Trick Room, and then Fluttermane as a finisher.
Yeah, I mean, Fluttermane is just, it's so good, right? Like, everyone knows that. Everyone knows that Fluttermane is the GOAT.
Priority attacks.
Yeah, good split of physical and special damage as well. I don't know if I necessarily like the low tier value. I'm not sure like what Sliggoo or Vigoroth does, but we don't really base teams off of low tier. Off of low tier value, but yeah, I'm not seeing like any super big weaknesses. I've never been a big fan of the Rotoms personally. I always feel like they
understands. Rotom, like, I never get the work, and maybe that's just because I'm bad.
Well, it's like I've never seen Rotom do well either, is the thing. Like, it's always like the things that Rotom is built around that do well. Rotom, I feel like, just comes in, does like 60% to something, and then dies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I like the rest of this team. I like the really strong Trick Room component, and I think Brute Bonnet is good too.
Are there any overlapping types?
No, actually.
Oh, that's impressive. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's super hard to do.
What, 4 or 5 single typing? 6? So that helps with that, but no, it covers a lot. And type chart wise, flying, I guess that's what Rotom's for. And then fairy, that's what Rotom's for. So Rotom helps both those weaknesses pretty nicely.
They have a fairy type, he has Fluttermane.
No, against defensively, that's okay.
Oh yeah, like Rotom and Scizor. Like Scizor is a fairy exterminator. Like there's
Scizor is gonna put in some work. See, this is the Scizor team that I wish I had last season.
I don't know. I'm not a huge Scizor believer, and it's kind of like I'll believe it when I see it type beat with this guy.
I think we're gonna see it from the squad, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it's another like A tier team.
Yeah, I think this goes with Oxo, and then we can move people up again. But I really like both those squads so far. I think both of them are really good.
Yeah.
Moving along to number 3, we have the New England Patriots by JB.
Resident Ursaluna team.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the talking point of the season because in other divisions, Ursaluna was going number 1 overall. So going number 3 overall here, pretty close to that as being kind of a top 3 pick. So I'm curious to see how this plays out realistically because again, I don't think either of us have any experience with this. So
Nah, I just watch it fuck people up in singles.
Yeah, and then now we get to experience it in VGC. 50 speed means you want a trick room oriented squad, and JB has that to an extent with the wrong Ndidi Armor Rogue. Ndidi Male is here instead, it's poking its head in. Drift Bloom though to take advantage of terrain, always nice. Valiant, Clawitzer, Dragalgy, Magneton, Hisuian, Decidueye, and Low Kicks. There is no E tier and there's no F tier. That's amazing.
This team is a bunch of ballers, to be honest. Like, there's not really one, except for Low Kicks. Low Kicks sucks, but besides, I know you're a Low Kicks believer. I'm not. I think that the mom is bad, but
the horse is here. He's gonna mention it to you. Right,
but overall,
is good at one thing and one thing only: doing consistent damage. Tinted Lens means that you're going to be consistent no matter what you hit. Your first impression is going to hit just as hard if it's normal effective. So you can at least count on that. And Sucker Punch, again, is a good move. So
yeah,
you can count on
I feel like the one thing with this team that I'm not super keen on, though, like, I don't like Ndidi Male this gen. Like,
Ndidi Male is lacking expanding force from the prior gen, and that's hurting it quite a bit here, as we've noticed.
Yeah, I've never seen Ndidi Male like do all that much damage, and in return it kind of gets like fucked up by the things it gets walled by. Like this team's gonna be relying a lot on Valiant to deal with dark types, either Valiant or like Terras to deal with dark types, which is a little bit scary as this is the format that has Ruins in it, and Ruins are some of the best dark types we've ever seen. So,
but only 4 of them in draft.
True, and one of them sucks, so that's the other.
Wo-Chien makes Ursaluna's day really sad. Armor Rogue, on the other hand, makes Wo-Chien's day really sad.
Definitely, I think Ursaluna is really strong, and that this is a good TR team. But the lack of like redirection or fake out like leaves me a little bit concerned with how consistently Trick Room's going to go up.
Yeah,
so
this team is going to be real finicky to pilot, I think. Because again, you don't have the luxury of a fake out mon or a redirector. Well, you do have a fake out mon, it's Ndidi Male, and you're going to get upset that I said that. But technically, yes, there is a fake out mon. But technically, you also want the terrain for Armor Rogue, so it's going to be weird.
Ndidi's a valid fake out mon, for sure.
But then you don't run Surge so that you can use Armor Rogue.
Just run Inner Focus.
Then you're not clicking E-Force with Armor Rogue, and we're kind of in this, like...
Yeah, I hear you. You're definitely right.
As far as where I put this team, I think I'm leaning B or C. Just off the fact that you have the work cut out for you.
I think it's a B tier team, because there's still a ton of, like, good hitters here, and I think that the low tier value is crazy. Like, Clawitzer, Dragalgy, and Magneton are all like low tier ballers, so
yeah. Again, I'm just not sold on the alright, well, pray that Trick Room goes up. That's kind of where it's at.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not necessarily though, like a lot of these mons are more mid tier speed than super slow, so I mean there's flexibility, but yeah, it's a B tier team, I think.
But I hope Ursaluna does good. That's gonna be a fun one. Alright, next up we have the Embor Nuggets from Hexagon Head, or Pro Horse as a lot of you know him. And we have Urshifu Single, Zapdos, Cerulean, Screamtail, Gudra, Quag, Serena, Berserker, Diglett, and Dedenne. Well, this team is quick and is fast. You got Zapdos with Tailwind, Screamtail with the booster energy for speed, because you're 111, it's pretty good. 2 really strong physical attackers. Gudra.
Yeah, I think this team has a lot of pretty usable mons. Obviously, we'll talk about Urshifu and how this guy outputs gobs of damage with his
The Urshifu
with
is going
his
to be the
stabs.
talking point of the season, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think
Seeing
so.
How they do with the new Terra that they get access to with Wicked Blow on this one, for example. And there'll be very few things that live that.
Yeah, just fairy types, which I will say the one thing that this team I think is lacking is a way to deal with like bulky fairy types quickly.
No poison type, and their steel type is Berserker, and that is not an easy mon to use with 50 speed. And your Trick Room is a Screamtail.
Yeah.
But,
So I mean, I think the good mons are good on this team, right? You got like Urshifu and Zapdos who are good. I think Ceruledge with screens behind Screamtail is really strong.
yeah.
And Gudra again, like the super bulky, and put that behind screens. It's going to be really hard to kill. Yeah, I mean overall the team has like around seven like consistently decent mons. I'm not a Quagsire believer. I know Pro Horse in the past has kind of like proven us wrong with the whole Quagsire agenda.
Well, this time we get to Terra Fire and be immune to water. That's the difference nowadays. Which is still fine. Like, I think Quag is still fine and will be solid, but as far as I think my take on it is this team's more skilled to the physical side and doesn't punish Intimidate at all, other than Wicked Blow.
Yeah.
So fairy types and punishing Intimidate. But on the other side, you have Urshifu, and you have Fast Tailwind, and you have priority in Ceruledge, and no priority for them in Serena. And then you have Screamtail, which is just Sableye without Prankster.
Yeah, Screamtail is really good.
And it will be annoying. Alright, where are we putting this?
I gotta look at the other teams real quick. I think it's better than... I want to say B tier for this team as well. Like, I think it's good, but...
I think it's better than the Patrats.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this. We're going to put them there.
Actually, I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest. I think that the Patrats team might be a little bit better.
I think the Patriots team will be harder to play. This one just clicks Wicked Blow. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. Alright. Moving along, we have the worst team in the draft.
Is it yours?
It is.
Yeah.
As usual.
Hold on.
I don't
Horse.
Well.
I think your team is good, but this has been a really strong draft so far.
12 players, it's really nice sometimes.
Yeah, you just get to draft broken teams.
Yeah, it works out. I leave this one to you.
Oh, your team?
Yes.
Yeah, so this team is bad.
Yeah, I know.
Got 3 Eviolite mons.
Terrible.
Not cooking. No, this team is like the definition of like top heavy, kind of going all in on like high tier picks. I think that the combination of your top 4 mons alone outputs insane damage, and all of the types offensively are just super strong. It's going to be really hard to kind of play around every single one of the types and the damage, because Aleki next to Chi-Yu, like you just kind of have to be a ground type in order to not take insane damage from an electric type move. So obviously with a top heavy team, you're going to run into the problem that you're like missing like types that you need, and the speed control is kind of pretty reliant on Regieleki with like Electro Web. I mean, yeah, you have Skiploom with Tailwind, but otherwise the like speed control is pretty pretty reliant on a mon with 50 base defenses. So I mean, I don't think it's the worst team. I think that top heavy drafts are really fun to pilot, but I definitely think that this is like kind of all in offense, and that there's not going to be a whole lot to like, not a whole lot of like defensive play with a team like this, which can really backfire against defensive teams.
Yeah, I like clicking buttons. This does that. Also, this is a 9-mon team. Thank you very much. Hatchram won't come to any games, but 9 mons I plan to use eventually. Especially the Skip Bloom that apparently you're disrespecting.
I am disrespecting Skip Bloom. sorry, Mario. I'm aware of the Skip Bloom madness you put me through, but
don't worry, I'll do that to other people.
I think like just based off of like the amount of raw damage you have on this team, I feel like you definitely could make an argument for like A tier with this team.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I
offensively is one of, if not like top 3 offensively. Defensively, it's probably the opposite. But who cares about defense if you click offense?
Your mons are naturally fast, so it's like,
and
yeah,
Electro Web
I think
is consistent enough.
I think it's an A tier team, definitely.
Anyway, we're not complaining about that. Alright, next up we have Yoram and the South Shore Umbreons with Tornadus Eye, Palafin. I'm gonna ignore that next one. Tinkaton, Jolteon, Mesprit, Mismagius, Slitherwing, Beartic, and Kricketune. There is a mon on here I dislike and I want it to go away.
There's a couple mons I don't like on this team, but yeah, this is like a rain team without rain. When I look at it, it's like, yeah, we have a lot of like really good mons who are like strong under rain, and you're relying on Prankster Tornadus to set up rain for you.
Yeah.
Or like fast Jolteon, I guess, right? Like those are your kind of your options. And I feel like this team would be way better tied together with like a Pelipper than anything else. Like I feel like this team is just not. It's missing something. Like I think that individually a lot of the tools are good, right? Like Palafin is decent. You have Amoonguss as a switch out for it, which is, strong. Prankster, like Tornadus is one of the best mons in the draft, just because of how fast and strong it is with Prankster Tailwind. But I'm just not really feeling this team, to be honest. Like I feel like it wants rain, and then once it has rain, like then we could talk.
Well, people are saying that they're taking Prankster Rain over Pelipper any day, so we let them live the life they choose.
And I guess that's fair, but
I mean, there's a couple mons on here that make no sense to me. We'll go with that. I think Mesprit is the first one that makes really no sense why it's here. Other than, I guess it's consistently 105. It's nice. It gets a special move, or a new move now, that is going to miss like Play Rough does.
Facts.
Hate 90 accuracy. And Baby Palafin does more than people think. Especially now that if you do put Rain up with Torn, you're still doing tons of damage with Baby Palafin. Wave Crash is a busted move. I will die by that hill. But Wave Crash is a busted move.
Yeah, Wave Crash is... I mean, I'm not sleeping on Baby Palafin. I'm not sleeping on Palafin at all. Like, I think the mon is, like, relatively strong. I just...
But, like, this team's very reliant on Palafin doing the physical damage for you. Because damage-wise, you're not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, no, they got Slitherwing, who is consistently horrible.
It's the fire type on this team. I use that term rather loosely.
It's not even that good of a Terra Fire mon, though. Like, I know it gets Flare Blitz, but as like a Terra option. You like want to save your Terra for like Jolteon so it can get coverage, or Palafin so it can hit stronger.
I think Jolteon, I mean, C tier is probably where it should be, but I think at the beginning of this generation, I think it was underrated.
Yeah, the mana is good.
Might be its ceiling though, but it's good. Like, Terra makes this thing much better because it gets all that extra coverage.
It's a manual Rain Dance Jolteon into Specs Bleak Windstorm.
Genius.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Jolteon is the Rain Dance setter, but.
And then we have the bear to come in during rain.
No.
Alright, I think I'm good with a C on this.
Yeah, I could see like C or like low
But
B tier.
Yoram can very easily prove us wrong with it. He's just got to be rather creative, is all.
These are just our opinions. Like
Yeah.
it just kind of.
But our opinion is law, so.
Sure.
Alright, next up we have Kevs in the Blood Moon Salamence, who has selected Thunderous Eye. So Torn went for Yoram. Now Thunderous Eye is here. Sylveon, Persianne, Gudra, Hisui, Spiritomb, the Tusk, Quillfish, Spidops, Typhlosion, and Lurantis. First off, if you play OC Frey, you have an auto win.
Yeah, it's a free W right there.
Congratulations, you did it. You beat OC Frey without beating OC Frey.
That's one of the best
Next,
like running jokes.
We have Disquake, probably the best Disquake of Tusk and Thundurus. And it's probably not close. That's probably the best duo. Sylveon
Thundurus
has
is
been
strong.
a good threat that we've seen. Persianne has been one of the best support mons. Gudra Hisui is going to break out this season, I believe. This team's got high quality on it.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Spidops, but I'm cool with pretty much everything else on this team. Like, even have like Typhlosion, who I think is like kind of underrated. With
Typhlosion's gonna be a weird one too because its main niche is erupting. Our speed-wise, we have Thundurus and we have Persian with what? T-Wave / Scary Face and Icy Wind, which is good. Like, that's fine. Good enough. Yeah. And then Typhlosion can probably pick up a KO or two if people aren't prepared for it.
I mean, Thundurus got buffed. He got Rain Dance this gen.
He had Rain Dance.
Or not Rain Dance, Sunny Day this gen, which is something.
Now.
Yeah, so it's like you have Sunny Day plus like Typhlosion with real damage, and Sunny Day for like Great Tusk Proto is really cool.
Kind of roll with that.
Yeah, you still get Sap Sipper with the Hisui Gudra, so you can run Sap Sipper in like a Terra that's weak to grass. That way you don't have to like Terra Water or something. You don't have a grass weakness, which is really nice. Yeah, like you said, besides Spidops, I feel like this is like a pretty quality team of mons. The one thing I will note is no water type and no fairy resist, which is like
that's a big yikes.
Well, a little scary,
despite
but
having well, no, you have a fire type, you have a fairy resist.
Oh yeah, okay.
You just have 2 weaknesses to it, or 3 weaknesses to it is all.
Yeah, so that's a little scary. But
fairy is not a common type, and he took one of the best fairy types.
Yeah, I think this is a good team. Super well balanced, lots of good damage and support. The speed control is a little limited, but Spiritomb is one of the better low tier Trick Room setters. So
I think we're gonna start shuffling stuff. So I think this team's an A, and we can go ahead and put Oxo and probably Perplexer up an S.
Which team was Perplexers again? Is that the Fluttermane team? I feel like that team is like A tier, like top of A tier. Yeah, I want Oxo and S.
We've seen the number enough, and then as far as this order goes, is he better or worse than me?
Perplexer's team?
No, well,
I think it's better. Or
are these 3?
Kev's team. Yeah, let me go to the tier list. I think Kev's team is. I think this order is fine.
All right, very well.
The order that it's in right now. I think
leave
that's
it
good.
like that. All right, moving along, and I'm going to ditch this jacket because it is hot.
You gonna ditch the fedora too?
No, the fedora stays.
Oh, okay. I guess while he's doing that, I'll start us on the next team. Indy's Burnt Tower Sacred Fire has a cool logo. This is the resident Bundle team. Bundle Snow team. Ooh, that's actually kind of heat. Bundle Snow with Bronzong with the Obama Snow. That's really good.
So he made a quote. He asked, "How many ice types on a team are too many?" He chose 3.
Yeah, he certainly did.
He did pick 2 of the better ones. Arctivax doesn't count. It's probably not coming. But hey, it's another ice type for fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bundle is like the best ice type, honestly. Like, that mon is crazy. You're really scared to run water moves, but if you are not scared to run Hydro Pump, then you're chilling.
On this team, there was Cryogonal at one point.
Oh, there was Cryo. What did he get rid of Cryo for? Quadsire? Oh, I see.
Tier,
I don't think
Quadsire, yeah.
I don't think Chien-Pao is better than Bundle in my opinion. Bundle just too fast, too strong.
Bundle being the fastest thing in the game is very helpful.
With Blizzard, this team is lit. Like, you can run the specs Bundle set and like naturally outspeed pretty much everything. And not to mention, like, you have all this crazy speed with Iron Bundle, and then like a pretty decent Trick Room mode with like Bronzong and like Obama Snow, and
Obama
even
Snow
Quadsire.
Links both modes, I think. It links with the Iron Bundle and it links with the Bronzong stuff. And then you have Intimidate and Fake Out to round it out. Typings wise, this thing is a nightmare. But I guess as far as game planning and the different lines, it's pretty good. Like, Bundle, Obama Snow is really good. Garchomp plus something to Earthquake next to is good. Bronzong is one of the better Trick Room setters, and you have Fake Out and Intimidate to kind of check both of those boxes.
I haven't even talked about Enamorus yet, but Enamorus has that.
Enamorus is going to be a fun one this season.
Has that good coverage. This version of it is sick. The other version of Enamorus is cringe. I think that this one is cool. But that's my opinion. It's strong. It's strong as fuck. 135 Moonblast under Trick Room is hitting.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's like slow, but like it's super bulky, so you don't even really have to, like, you can run this thing outside of Trick Room as well because it's slow and strong. So. And
Overcoat, although it's not as impactful because Hail became Snow, it's still nice for those powder moves from Amoonguss or Jumpluff or Skip Bloom to that extent. So that's a real ability. But it's no Intimidate that the other Therian that is good has.
I definitely think this is a good team. I mean, I'm not fucking with the low tiers. Like, I'm not even finding myself a big fan of the Quadsire, but like Salazzle, Tauros are both good like value mons. This is a good team. I like this team. I would like running this team. So
yeah,
I'd probably put it in like A tier above Kev's team.
Above
my
Kev's.
opinion. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do this. There we go. We did it. Yeah, I think it makes sense. It looks like a really fun team. It looks very fast and hit very hard. And Blizzard is a funny move, especially on a bundle.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see that, I would imagine.
One freeze is enough to change the tide of a game, so and this is like the team to worry about freeze. Oh, what in the sun? Okay.
God, so this is another, like, there's so many talking points now that home is a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this one doesn't have anything to do with home. This has something to do with the new draft meta, I would say, of Walking Wake and Sun.
Yeah, because Walking Wake for some reason is still fucking banned from VGC.
I'm so upset. I think that's the wrong decision from a spectator point of view. I don't think either of us are playing. I don't know if Reg D is just Worlds or not. If that's the case, then neither of us are playing it anyway. So, but from a spectator point of view, we want to see it. We do.
Yeah, the Mon is good. This team is fine. It's the same issue I have with like previous Torkoal teams that I've seen in Premiere, where like it's Torkoal and then there's no Trick Room. That I'm not really a big fan of that. I would have preferred to have seen like a quality Trick Room user probably somewhere, because that's like
what we're gonna
where
end up seeing
Torkoal
a
is
lot
best.
more of is with these type of teams. I'm gonna call it stock Sun. It's going to be what Wake, Torkoal, Lilligant, or Jumpluff, and then a Psychic type Trick Room setter, either Oranguru, the Giraffe, or what have you, Mimikyu. Will probably end up becoming what I think is just the Sun team that you draft, because I think that gives you so much flexibility if you want to branch more out into the Trick Room side, or if you want to branch into the lean more into Sun era. But having a water type that can actually work with a Sun team is pretty cracked. Like,
yeah, it's fucking insane.
That was one of the issues with Sun, is like, well, you can't really hit fire types all that well, other than with the ground moves. But now you have a water type that can do that.
That hits them like Dumbo hard with steam, blast, hydro, steam,
I think it's hydro,
water.
steam, yeah.
Okay, water, steam. Yeah, Walking Wake is crazy. Like good defensive stats as well with one of the better defensive typings. Yeah, and they did a good job of like balancing out how weak their team is to Fairy, right? Like you have Wake and Morgram and Moltres who are all like weak to the Fairy typing, and then it's like, oh well, we also have Arcanine to resist it, and Muck to resist it, and Torkoal who resists it. So
I like how Muck is giving everyone the middle finger. It's like, talk about me, damn it.
I don't think Muck is very good, but he's definitely decent at dealing with Fairy types. So that's like his thing.
Muck does
like
get A's, if I remember correctly, right?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you're right. Yeah.
That's probably where you would see Muck then. But if somebody has a strong Fairy, I could see Muck coming to that. Especially when you have Moltres, Walking Wake, and Morgram, which do not like that.
Well, Morgram Moltres is a fire core, because like we already know that Moltres behind screens is ridiculously bulky, but now it can set up its own speed control because it learns Tailwind, and Morgram can fake tears to support that Moltres. It can fake out, set up screens. Moltres can sit there and spam the dark move that it learns, and Hurricane in the Sun. But yeah, I like. But I think it's. I don't really like a couple of the picks. I don't really
Ditto
think I like.
Not yet. Ditto will be good whenever we get restricteds.
Yeah,
For
that's
now,
facts.
I don't like Ditto. But
even when restricteds come back, Ditto is like a little bit hard to use.
Yeah.
Even, but I think that Ditto is a little bit of a missed opportunity to pick a Trick Room setter. And the Trick Room setter would just tie the team completely together.
I'm in full agreement with you. We need Trick Room, and we need it now.
Otherwise, the team is strong. Like Wake and Lilligant, Wake, Lilligant, Torkoal, and Morgram. Like as just the team, you can bring those four every week and be able to run completely different sets. So the team is strong.
Did good. I like it. Does it go up in A behind Kev's now? Because we're lacking the Trick Room setter. That's literally all that's holding it back.
I want to put it in B because it's lacking the trick. Like I want it to be top of B because it's lacking the Trick Room setter.
He's back.
Like it's one TR setter away from being like really good. Kind of sad no one took a Lillimuck. Yeah, it's because a Lillimuck is more expensive. I'm pretty sure, right?
The reason is better, a lot better.
Yeah, a Lillimuck. That's a solid mon too, though. Dark poison types are winning right now with all of the new additions.
That's right. Alright, next up we have the Hartford Whalers VGC from Comics Pop. And here we got Wo Chien. There we go. I see your reaction, your live reaction.
This team is good. Look at all the what in the E tier? So many.
Toxapex, Flareon, Tropius, and Cloyster. Look at that.
I think Flareon is a heat pick. Tropius is okay. Tropius has decent defensive stats, and it's like a really good Terra option. Like Terra water, and then you can leech seed things. I think, I don't know. I watched it happen in a Cybertron video once, and that's my experience with it. No Dozo team in this division, I don't think, right? So Toxapex kind of loses value.
Yeah, well,
but I think
Toxapex wasn't even good against Dozo anyway. It ended up being a fake answer, because then you were just running Toxapex.
Yeah, it's okay. The top 6 mons though are really good. I'm really fucking with the top 6 mons on this team.
Top 6 are strong.
I like
two ways to reduce physical attack, and
intimidate.
And you have 2 strong ghost types at the top.
Yeah, arguably the best ghost types, Dragapult and Spectrier.
Yeah. See it, and then Corviknight, we all know what that does.
So bulky. It's like even like bulky behind screens as well, which is like an option that you have on this team with Dragapult. I like this team. I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity with it though.
Yeah, I think there's too much redundancy. I think Spectre and Dragapult's kind of much.
I don't know if I agree with that, just because of how strong both of them are and kind of their strengths lie in different things. But I think that the redundancy I'm talking about the thing I'm talking about, like, what do you need Tropius for? Like, I'm just realizing that if you want to have a grass type that can spread Leech Seed and needs to Terra, like, you picked an A tier 1. Like, you don't really need an E tier 1. Cloyster is like very niche uses as like the ice type of the team with like Skill Link and Icicle Sphere, but beyond that it doesn't do much. And Toxapex and Tropius are just both kind of whiffs in my opinion. Otherwise though, the rest of the team has some really strong mons. Like, could play hyper offense, could play bulky. Good stuff here all around.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much because this is my first week opponent, so.
Bro, dark types hit everything but Wo-Chien. Yeah, like I feel like a lower tier fighting type instead of like Toxapex and Tropius could have been good. So definitely not perfect. Like Ghost offensively against this team kind of goes hard too. So it's like it's not perfect, but also at the same time like
Dark to an extent goes crazy as well. Ghost and
what does?
Dark.
Oh yeah, Dark and Ghost are both good here. And normal, even as like a defensive typing.
And rock types. So I'm just piling it on. A fighting type would be very much welcome.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that it's fine. There needs to be a little bit more done with the team before it's like ready though. So I think this is another this is probably like bottom of B tier in my opinion.
I think that the type diversity is what kills it the most.
And like there are a ton of usable E tiers, so I think that it's a missed opportunity. What's our next team?
The Trixie Tricos from Otto.
Oh, he's the resident Annihilate team.
He has picked the Ape. Ape Keys. Thundy Team, Mudsdale, Mence, Sneasel, Colossal, Bruxish, Dunsparce, and Cacturn.
This team has 9 banger picks on it, and then Cacturn at the end.
Cacturn is immune to water.
Yeah.
Take it for what it's worth.
Yep.
But you do have probably one of the most consistent ways to set up Colossal.
You probably have the best Colossal. Yeah, Colossal's best friend is Bruxish, because
you can't fake it out.
Yep.
You try. It won't work.
Yeah, we get to see a lot of good Colossal stuff here. Like this is I know that there's an Annihilate up there, and we'll talk about him in a second, but Colossal though. Colossal a banger pick. I was very wrong about this guy. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I was not a Colossal believer. I am now a Colossal believer. I think that with
good Colossal, and he still has Ape and screens.
Yeah, and but really strong Disquake mode too with
and
Thunder
Fake
T
Out, and Intimidate, and Immunities. Type Chart pretty good.
and Annihilate, which can be the biggest
Pokemon
wild card
in drafts.
Yep.
Then he still has this. Yeah, this is balanced. It's got Trick Room on Bruxish too, and Klefki. It's got Thunder Wave and some fast stuff.
Yeah, you even have like Thunder Wave, Klefki into the Volt Absorb Thundurus, which you can like heal your Thundurus back up.
I don't know what it needs.
The team is fire. It also only has one Eviolite user as well, which is like a really good considering that like
Sneasel is actually bulkier than a lot of people think with that. So
facts.
And it's fast enough to outspeed things still, and it still does a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, you have two good Tailwind setters that don't share any weaknesses as well with the Dunsparce and Salamence. So
I'm convinced.
This is an S tier team for sure.
I am very convinced.
This is a good ass team.
Yeah,
I really like it.
Very good player. So
he's playing the You're Not Moving comp. Yeah, T Waves plus Rock Slide. True.
We've all been warned. This team is quite strong. Alright. The final red team is the Coastal Kilowatt Turtles. I think oh my god, his logo has it spelled that way too. I don't know if that was on purpose.
Kilowatt.
Oh boy, we're not good at spelling. Spelling is hard.
It's funny. No. I like things that are spelled wrong because they're funny.
Well, I appreciate that it's consistent though. Like he didn't.
Yeah, the fact that it's consistent. The fact that it's consistent is what makes it comedy. So.
Beautiful. All right, Tinglu Landorus T. That is the best ground types you can get. Meowscarada, Talonflame, Inteleon, Revavroom, Glaceon, Impidimp, Krokorok, and Rotom. There are 3 ground types on this team. 2 of them have Intimidate.
3 ground types and 4 dark types on the team.
This guy really likes Crocodile. Crocodile was on this team before, actually. It was an illegal pick points-wise, but it was there.
It's the next best thing, Krokorok.
Oh,
yeah, so what I'm seeing is, the 2 best ground types, Tinglu, or I guess the 2 like most defensively playable ground types, Tinglu.
No, I think they're the best ground types.
Landorus. I think Landorus Incarnate is an argument to be better than Therian in this format, but that's
interesting.
That's my hot take. That's my hot take.
I hope you're right.
And then otherwise, the idea of it is like, all right, we have some really good bulk pieces with Ting and Lando. Now we have the fastest Fire, Water, Grass core I have seen ever.
That is quick. So it's got both defensive stuff with Tinglu with his ability, and then Landorus with Intimidate to complement these frail Fire, Water, Grass types.
Yeah.
It works. And then you have Revavroom, which is an underrated Steel type.
Yeah, super underrated Steel type. Like, the weakness to Fairy and Ice gets a little bit made up for with the fact that Revavroom just kind of fucks both of those types up. So, where I stop liking this team is with everything beyond those first 6 picks. Glaceon is like okay, I guess it's strong, but I'm not really a big fan of Impidimp or Rotom. I guess Rotom technically he has double Disquake, so
there we go, we did it.
With Rotom base form, but Rotom base form is
having
just
things
not...
to EQ next to is important. So Talonflame is probably going to be the important one, but hey, Rotom is not nothing.
Yeah. I guess I don't like it personally, and I'm not an imp believer. I know you're an imp believer.
Oh,
okay. I
was an imp believer until I thought to myself, wait, I'm bringing Impidimp.
Rotom Krokorok Disquake time. True. Yeah, Rotom Krokorok Disquake is crazy. I don't really get what Krokorok is doing. I mean, I know it's your F tier pick, and that F tier doesn't have a lot of value, but it like
the ground and dark type.
Okay.
Mono, ground, and dark should have been what you
regardless, I don't know if this team is like super great, but it has like the first 6 Mons are good. Like I like Mons that are fast and strong, and that's like kind of the like the route that Alex took with Meowscarada, Talonflame, and Inteleon. I think Inteleon's really underrated as a water type in this generation. Personally speaking, because it gets like multiple good water type moves. So
the fact that you get Snipe Shot instead of Hydro Pump is nice. Just having something to do special damage consistently and crit
Snipe.
Here and there.
Yeah, Snipe Shot and Water Pledge as well. Like you have Water Pledge plus Meowscarada, Grass Pledge. If the pledges are in the game, I'm pretty sure they are.
I think so. Yeah.
So you have some.
Oh wait, you set the Swamp right.
Yeah, the Swamp is the speed reducing one, I'm pretty sure. So
that actually might be kind of cracked, not gonna lie.
I mean, it could be fun.
Wait,
I think the team is fun.
Does it get Hydro Cannon?
Yeah, those moves are still in the game.
I didn't know that was still in the game. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Inteleon is underrated because as a water type, it has good water type moves as a special water type.
I just want to see the Swamp, and he needs to do it in the accent of Shrek.
Otherwise, I think the team is fine. The top 6 are good, but I don't really like anything in the bottom 4. Yeah. I think I'd be with this team like high C tier or like maybe low B tier, but I think I like this more than the Palafin team, to be honest. But
yeah, sorry, Yoram.
Like I want Rain on your team. And a fire type.
So I'm gonna go ahead and move these up one.
Which is yeah. Which one are you gonna move up?
I'm moving all these up one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like this tier list. I think this is actually pretty good.
I'm really missing the ability to just drag these.
Yeah.
Oh, what the Oxo's in 2 places at once.
Yeah, best player in the whole world.
And I think we compare it at the end.
Yeah, this team this is good. Like, oh, sorry, I think my Discord went weird for a second.
I went snipping tool, so that cut you off completely.
Okay, this division is good. Like, I think that this division has a bunch of really strong teams, and even like anything in B and C tier, I feel is just like maybe 1 or 2 fixes away from being right up there with the A tier teams. So Premier once again showing how strong of a division it is.
Alright, well, I have the picture, but they can't see it, so unlucky. Alright, anyway,
cool.
Yeah, so this is the official rankings. So our top team, we think, is it Oxo, or do we like this one more?
Personally, I like Autos a little bit more than
Oxo as well. Sorry, Oxo.
I mean, they're both still like really good teams.
Why did I do this? I just did this first.
I feel like Auto has a lot more just like prominent modes you have to deal with, whereas Oxo just has like a really strong and well balanced team. So slight differences there.
Yeah, I would agree. Oh, I need a new picture then. God damn it. There we go. New picture acquired. We did it.
Said once again booted from the top 1. Did we do that to him last time?
I don't know if we did, but if we did, that'd be hilarious. There, look how beautiful that looks. Right.
Incredible. Good tier list.
Now remove all of these and then go to white, and we'll compare at the end. There we go. Alright, to white we go.
Excellent.
We did it. And then we'll begin with O.C. Frey, who had the #1 pick in white, and he picked Ursaluna first. And Mimikyu next with Volcarona. Abomasnow, Sea Titan, Noivern, Clawitzer, Electrode, Hisui, Staravia, and... Something smells here. Someone is either salty or salty. There's no way he picked Lurantis just to use.
He picked it. He picked it out of spite.
He picked it out of spite. Yes.
Both out of spite and to make sure that nobody got a free win versus him. So.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. He can beat himself now. We did it.
Otherwise, I think the team is fine.
So we
Mimikyu is
Trick Room with one of the
consistent
most consistent
setters.
Yes. We have somewhat fast. Actually, we do have a fast mode. What am I saying? Somewhat. There's a Noivern.
Yeah, Noivern fast.
Noivern did give speed. Ursaluna at 50 speed could still hit decent speed tiers. Jolly.
Yeah.
And then the Snow Core of Sea Titan and Abomasnow.
Yeah, I've never seen Titan used with snow before. I feel like most of the snow teams will opt to pick Beartic as just like their snow sweeper, but someone actually, OC Frey deciding to commit to taking the best snow sweeper in my opinion. Besides Iron Bundle, I think Iron Bundle's the best snow sweeper, but yeah, so Titan is good and it's like super versatile. You get like thick fat for the belly drum stuff and sheer force for tailwind or trick room modes.
Too. Don't forget Volcarona has a large toolkit upon it.
Yeah, Volcarona is gonna have a lot that it needs to do on this team, but I feel like it's a
lot of things for you.
The good mon. Team could definitely use a steel type,
Every team could use a steel type. What are you talking about?
Like defensively, could use a steel type on this team, but yeah. Otherwise, I think it's good.
I don't like your fire resists. Is my other issue. You pick the snow stuff, but your fire resist is
Noivern.
Clawitzer.
Clawitzer's fine because it's strong, but Noivern doesn't really do anything to threaten the fire types. But
regardless, I think both speed control stuff works here, and there's lots of versatility on this team, which makes it really nice. So
I'd say like
A
A tier
is perfect for it because it can do a whole lot, and it's missing something to be elite.
Mm-hmm.
And that elite is
also we also didn't talk about Electrode.
That'll be.
I don't really fuck with Electrode personally, not even the new one. But I don't know. Chloroblast is a move that exists.
It does get the funny. It's similar to Steel Beam. It gets that funny move. That's what Chloroblast is, right?
Yeah, Chloroblast is just stronger Steel Beam.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting having it being Electric Grass now, being able to hit ground types because before you couldn't do that with Electrode, and now you can. So maybe it'll
said he picked Florantis so that Florantis doesn't come to any games.
You don't lose half your HP to miss.
Yeah, Chloroblast is a little less accurate than Steel Beam. I'm pretty sure Steel Beam is 95 and Chloroblast is 90.
I dig the modes. I dig the synergy and the game planning. I don't dig the typings at all.
No, that's
and
valid.
the mons you picked in those typings. I think that type-wise they don't fit, but we will move along to Ed and the Fire Island Knights. And
yeah, look at this team. What?
Jesus.
Yeah. So the one Dozo team in either of the division of the premier divisions.
Score.
Yeah, I mean you tried really hard to make Dozo not a thing, and here it is.
I think Dozo is still a thing. And
I
was a hater at the beginning, and then when it won half the leagues last season, I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't know what more it needs to do to convince me other than that. So, and it did that.
Yeah, I mean this team is fine. You got Fluttermane, who's one of the like better Dozo sweeping pieces. Obviously you have like the Dozo stuff, and Crocodile is a decent ground type. I think that it's fine just in general. Like it's a general like decent intimidator. Kind of have a lack of things to EQ next to here. Like it's only Braviary, but like whatever, I guess. Mm-hmm. You still got Stomping Tantrum, so whatever. Yeah. Raichu is really good support.
I want a fire type so bad because of, I guess the common theme I see of having good fire types usually means you do well. and I don't see said good fire type. I don't see a fire type.
Yeah, I think he had Charizard instead of Braviary at one point, and I feel like Charizard is the better of those two mons. So
I mean, Charizard's still not that great either. So
I mean, as a C tier fire type, I think it's fine.
yeah,
personally.
That's kind of
just saying.
I draw the line too, but Dondozo is still Dondozo. Fluttermane is still Fluttermane, and Tatsugiri it can actually be a real Pokemon.
Yeah, Tatsugiri's super real.
Mm-hmm.
And overall,
Raichu can help the Dondozo
team
that's
is,
not
team is
the
fine.
stuff.
The team is
it's hard
fine.
to argue with Fluttermane Dozogiri.
Yeah,
but I want to because I don't like the rest of it.
Yeah, I think the rest of it feels a little like Raichu is good, and Girafarig is like fine as like a low tier, TR setter. But I'd say this is like a B tier team.
Yeah, it's hard. Like hard to say that the Dozogiri is B with Fluttermane, but I just don't like the other 7.
Holy freeze dry! Yeah, true. Team gets fucked up by freeze dry.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there's like 3 freeze dry mons in this division.
Yeah, I think it goes here. Cool logo though. That logo's pretty fire. Not gonna lie. We should have been rating logos this whole time. God.
Yeah, we forgot.
All right. Well, we have the best logo and no logo here. The
logo.
Charging Charizards from Chulane Marcus, new here. Great to have you, of course. And we have Ting Lu, Dragapult, Screamtail. There's the Colossal, Flamigo, Go-Go, Dunsparce, Muck, Berserker, Slowbro. No F tiers, so we went more of the balance side there. Dragapult Colossal, been here since 2020, or whatever year it was. I think it was 20. I'm right. 2020. There we go. We did it.
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked Bruxish a little bit more, but out of all of the the Colossal partners, Dragapult is one of the better ones.
Got breaking swipe. I would be very happy if it did.
Otherwise, though, there's some cool stuff here. You have like a bunch of mons to weakness policy with Dragapult, and then Flamigo can co-star a bunch of stuff like co-star policy Pult or Ting Lu, co-star policy Colossal.
Is Misty Explosion in the game?
I don't think so. I don't.
It would be Screamtail, Misty Explosion, and Flamigo, of course.
Well, Screamtail doesn't get Misty Explosion, and
I know, but
the move is.
As far as the Colossal game plan, your grass type is the GOAT.
Yeah, Go-Go is he's fine. He's decent. I'm not gonna say he's like great, but he's good enough.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts on Go-Go. He's fine as a grass type. He does the job.
Some Trick Room stuff as well with Slowbro. You can do Colossal without Steam Engine and Trick Room, by the way.
Yeah, it's really strong. I actually think the Trick Room component of this team is the strongest part because you got all these like slow mid-tier mons like Muck, Berserker, Dunsparce to go with like Slowbro and Screamtail, Trick Room, and then you have like Ting Lu and Colossal that are also good under TR. The TR mode on this team is what makes it decent, and then you have like a little
really annoying as well to kind of round it out.
Super annoying, yeah.
We have like the really fast stuff that's combined with this like kind of slower stuff, which I think is a pretty solid combination for that kind of versatility. So yeah, this team is quite nice. I would have liked a better grass type, I think, for Colossal, but other than that, the type chart looks fine. I guess you're really reliant on the GOAT though with that type chart.
Yeah, a little bit more reliant on the GOAT than the GOAT needs. Yeah.
So I think it can be a B. I think OC Frey's team's above that by a larger margin.
Yeah,
I think it's too much pressure on the GOAT, to be honest.
I think that there's a lot of like decently strong mons here, but nothing that's just like super overbearing damage wise, like right off rip.
Yeah.
except for like maybe Dragapult. So
I think it's above the Knights.
yeah, I think
This
so
is where I
too.
put it.
I think that B tier is a good spot for it.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving along, we have Byron Bryant and the Charlotte Beedrills. And there's Ndidi Armorogue.
Another
It's still
Ndidi
here.
Armarouge Drifblim. Yeah, but we got the real Ndidi this
Man, the
time.
real Ndidi, not the fake one. And then
Yeah,
we have
not the
Azu,
bad one.
Regidrago, Revavroom, Hisui and Decidueye, Greninja,
W.
Electros, and Doug Trio.
Good team. I think there's a lot of good mons on this squad.
Yeah, fast, slow, mostly slow, and kind of the middling speed tier. I think Drifloom is actually much harder to use this gen than last gen, to be honest. Mostly because the Ndidis don't have expanding force. I think that's the kicker now.
Yeah, I mean Drifloom is fine. I think it's good. Mario last Premier season proved that it's a pretty versatile mon.
He proved you don't need Psychic Surge, and that thing is good. So.
Obviously a big fan. Big fan of the Drago. I'm a huge Drago believer.
This thing got Earth Power, and that's what concerns me.
Earth Power and Terra Blast, like those are.
Well, just having Earth Power is a way to hit Steel types now. Before it couldn't hit Steel types to save its life, and now it can, and that's terrifying.
About bro, it had Fire Fang. What do you mean? What do you mean it couldn't hit Steel types?
I thought Fake Out Ndidi was a meme.
Yeah, I think that the team is fine. You got some pretty fast mons like Greninja with like Icy Wind is still good speed control with a lot of these like base 80s.
Man, you were really like talking down this team. I think this team's great.
No, I think the team is good. I think that there's a lot of good stuff here for sure.
I'm a big fan of this team.
I'd say it's like in like bottom of A tier, top of B tier.
Yeah, I think it actually might be better than OC Frey's team. Let me flash his team again so I can confirm.
Yeah. I feel like this team is better. There's a lot more usable stuff on it.
Better. I think it's better than the Foggy Polygons. I think this is the correct order now. It's not S tier yet, but we're close.
Does Greninja get U-turn? Is that a move that it gets? Yeah, because then you can run the U-turn, weakness policy, weak armor, Armarouge stuff. So like getting fast U-turn on Armarouge teams is like really value.
The joy that beholds on people. Good team though. Very, very excited. This team will do well, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure.
And I hope Decidueye does well because I just want to see the new mons do good.
Facts.
All right. Sonito is back in Premier where he belongs. He doesn't belong in the Showdown divisions. No.
Facts.
This is where it's at. He chose right again. Coming back to this one. This is the best division.
Truly.
Urshifu single, Thunderous Eye, Glimmora, Arcanine, Gothitelle, Stonejourner, Vaporeon, Jigglypuff, Toxapex, and Brazen.
Whoa! Look at those low tiers. I don't like.
Look at the number 8 one.
I see the Jigglypuff. I'm not worried about it. It's a whole new gen. Jigglypuff doesn't haunt me anymore.
It will be in your nightmares. Alright. Urshifu is back. But now we have Thunderous. Double S.
Yeah, should be triple S because Gothitelle is on this team too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a huge the huge W pick. Yeah, I mean with this team you bring Urshi, Thunderous, Glim, Arc, Goth, and one of Stony J or Vaporeon every week and profit.
Yeah. And it's a good 6. Like the 6 that you just named are good. God damn it, camera.
Yeah, this is a good team for sure. Urshifu and Thunderous have really good offensive synergy together. They hit a lot of stuff really hard. Glimmora is ridiculous. I hate Glimmora in Draft League. It's like one of my least favorite.
You want to prep for it, but at the same time you don't want to.
Yeah, you think the prep is as easy as I'll just bring like a ground type move and kill it, and then it
away, and then it does a billion damage and lives more attacks with AV and sets up the toxic spikes, and it's annoying.
Yeah, like the crazy thing about this team is that like despite all of the like kind of bad picks that it has between like 8 through 10, the fact that it can go so crazy in offense with like Urshi, Thunderous, Glim, Arc, and like Stony J, or so crazy in defense with like Support Thundy, Glim, Arc, Gothitelle, and like Vaporeon, like it's a good team. This team is really strong.
It is quite good. The only issue, I guess, is the water weakness and then the ground and rock kind of pile up. But you don't care. You have the offense to handle all of those types with Urshifu and Thundurus.
Yeah.
So.
I guess the speed control is a little lacking, like you're relying on Thundurus for...
Does Thundurus still get E-Webs?
No, it doesn't.
No. It did E-Webs.
So, yeah. I mean, they let Aleki keep it, so...
Yeah, well, I don't know why.
Yeah, neither do I. That was an insane choice.
Yeah. What are we feeling for this one?
I don't know. I feel like this is such an odd team to rate.
It is.
Like, because of how good in theory it feels. Feels like one of those teams that in practice might not do nearly as well.
Mm-hmm. On paper, it does look very nice, though. Like, you check a lot of boxes on paper. In practice, though, you have a lot of puzzle pieces that need to fit together.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them want to bend and misshapen and turn into different pieces.
I want to put this team at like the top of B tier, personally.
I think that.
I'm
not
where
sold on the team as far as like playability, but I am sold on the on paper view of it. It looks nice.
Low B, maybe you're underrating. Yeah, that's I think that definitely like B tier. Like it feels like it's missing stuff, but it's also strong, so it's like better than C tier.
Nice logo though.
Yeah, Iron Valiant is cool.
Alright. Setsu has finally joined a league here after so long. Finally.
Yeah, this team is...
Unfortunately, though, you're not fighting with babies anymore, which is your strength.
This team is gross.
Oh, God. I didn't even look at the team. Look at the type chart.
Yeah, this team is nasty.
He was complaining to me that he didn't get Colossal, but he first picked Rillaboom and then Iron Hands came back.
Yeah,
He's gonna rock with Samurott and Corviknight and Goodra, Uxie. Crocolore's not a useless Pokemon.
It's good into Dozo. It's like super good into Dozo, actually, Crocolore is.
Yeah, it's unaware. Gumshoes, and then he just last picked Sylveon.
Yeah, casual. I mean, the team is slow. The team is slow, but you have an elite Trick Room setup with good Fake Out and a bulky TR user. You have good Tailwind, because Corviknight is a good Tailwinder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Mons don't abuse Tailwind nearly as well as they do Trick Room, but you still have the option.
But they're bulky enough to supplement the slow Tailwind that you do have. And I think Goodra Hisui is going to be disgusting this season. I truly think that Mon will shine.
This team is nasty. This team is nasty good.
I think he's got the first S. I think everything's here. Fire, Water, Grass is great. Samurott Hisui is hyped because of sharpness.
The Fire, Water, Grass is great. Talking about Crocolore like
I think Crocolore is better than you think.
I think that Crocolore has niche matchups, so I'm not going to go out of my way to call it
90 special attack on something that has 78 and 58 bulk with EVLA.
Yeah, it's true. The Mon is solid. I'm just saying it's not like the thing that ties the Fire, Water, Grass core together. It's good low tier value is what it is.
It's probably the best F tier, to be honest.
Yeah, Crocolore's. He's ugly. He's ugly as fuck, but he's really good.
So
yeah, I definitely agree with this being an S tier team though, for sure.
I don't think it's close. Oh,
sure. Too much good damage here.
I don't know how Iron Hands felt to you after you first picked Rillaboom. I thought you reached on Rillaboom and then Hands just came to you after and it's like, oh no, this isn't good. Yeah, this is
the hand.
Good luck breaking this team.
Yeah,
There's not
just
even
can't.
screens really, and it's bulky.
Yeah, I guess that's like my
Uxie.
one. I mean, no, he has screens. Corviknight does learn both screens.
So does Uxie,
so.
I think. And Uxie is actually not that slow.
Yeah, true. And base 95. It's solid.
Yeah, very, very nice. And the type chart is otherworldly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh boy, here we go. Here is the stock Sun team.
Here we go again. This is the way.
Tricker setter is Grumpig.
Well, no, you have good
And
TR setters on this team because you have keys and Mischievous for TR. So it's like there's actually like quite a few real TR setters.
And Lilligant, which that's gonna be stock Sun in my opinion. With the
decent
decent
TR setters. Yeah.
Yeah, you have threats. Actually, your speed modes are great. Crabominable's a really good threat in Trick Room.
Yeah,
And
like
you
Sneasel.
have Thunderous T and Sneasel to complement the fast stuff, and then Overquill kind of ties into both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
anything else to say.
even you even have like a relatively decent like rain mode on this team. Funny enough, with like Overquill and Thunderous with Walking Wake and Klefki.
Like, Swift Swim. I didn't even realize that. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like there's a pretty real rain mode on this team too, which is really ironic considering that it like went all in on Sun.
Man,
Yeah, this team is good. Obviously, even
I think it hits everything I want.
this is like, I mean, there's no fake out. Oh yes, there is. There's Sneasel. Yeah, this is a good team. This is a really good team.
All right, very well. That was a nice talk. I think the Iron Hands Rillaboom is still better than this.
I agree.
But it's close. Like this is good.
Yeah, this is a good stuff.
Yeah, screens, speed control, fake out, intimidate, immunities, trick. Oh man, Tailwind. Wait, is there Tailwind anywhere? Before I lie, no. There's Trick and Icy Wind.
Yeah,
and
no.
Thunderwave.
No Tailwind, just fast, just like naturally fast Mons.
Good enough.
Yes.
Moving along. DJS and his Tentacle Pirates. He first
this
picked
dude-
Fish. And he
this dude
compliments him with
always-
Zapdos, Garchomp, Persian, Primeape, Bellybolt, Hatterene, and Copperajah, Sailor, and Spinops.
Guy literally always drafts good teams.
Yeah, he's a big Fish enthusiast as well. So, he's a first pick.
Yeah. Yeah, this is some good stuff. Good Disquake with Garchomp Zapdos. Good fast Tailwind with Zapdos.
With Tailwind now is a new leaf for it after last gen. It was good last gen, and now this gen it gets Tailwind.
Yeah, good TR setters with Hat and Stantler.
Yep. And then Primeape, you're a big fan of.
A huge Primeape believer. I think that Primeape is like such good value for C tier. It's like one of the best Eviolite Mons, like hands down. Yeah, I don't really have any big complaints about this team. No water type, which is a little surprising because you don't have a water type or a grass type to like switch Chi-Yu out into.
Yeah.
Like defensively, Chi-Yu is not really having a great time.
Actually, is there
like,
a water resist? There's not a water resist that I see.
No water
That's
resist.
a problem. You're going to get Terra Watered against a lot. So I hope Zapdos is ready. Or even Dragon for that matter, you're going to get Terra'd into, but I guess Hatterene helps with that, so.
Yeah. See, like Terra Rock or Terra Water.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, I think.
Terra Fire
He's
even.
got a fish,
like
and he's got a toad. That's what he says.
A fish and a
Water
toad.
types.
Yeah, super valid. I think the team is fine. I think that the team has good Mons, but it like doesn't really have a lot of good, like, it doesn't really meet a lot of the type.
The typing wise, they don't work together, but from on paper Pokemon, they're single-handedly good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good Mons.
Garchomp is good, Persian's good. Like, there's good Mons.
I think the only whiff is Spidops. That Mon sucks, but it's F tier. So I don't like Copperajah either. Like I've never been a huge believer in Copperajah.
Big Cop for him to do anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not a believer, so I guess I'll never see it.
Well, DJS, you have to prove somebody with a big Cop. That's all. Because I do like big Cop. I think we can put him in.
I think it like meets our B tier criteria.
It does meet our B tier criteria. I think it's above the Valiant, maybe.
I think it's better. I think it's better than Sonido's team.
Very well. Let's move all these down. I think that's where it goes. Just because the things are really messed up.
TJ does this with like all of his drafts. He just drafts good. He drafts good mons, and he doesn't really adhere to super crazy type
last
charts.
Season with the fish in a different division, so don't doubt this man with the fish.
I'm not doubting. I'm saying I recognize the strategy that he goes with, but oh yeah, this team. Yeah, this team sucks.
Put it in D.
Go ahead.
Very well. D it is.
we don't.
Urshifu Rapid fell to what number were you? I wasn't counting.
Either 8 or 9.
Urshifu Rapid fell that far. I'm shocked. I thought this thing would have been taken before you. But here we are. You got Urshifu Rapid.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be taken too.
And you have good old Lander's Eye, which you say is probably better than Lando T.
I do think that.
Grimmsnarl was the fake out screens, also actually hitting hard with 120 attack. The Moth, the Worm, the Gudra, the Decidueye, Jolteon, and then the two that tie it together. Bronzor and Scatter.
I got sniped on my F tier. Fucking Mario sniped my F tier from me. I wanted Venonat. He took it.
Would it be a Mario draft if he didn't have either Skiploom or Venonat, though?
Well, I was kind of hoping he wouldn't take Venonat because I wanted it.
Well,
I didn't want this stupid ass Scatterbug. This thing doesn't even want to protect.
It would have been safer. Alright, regardless, I do like this quite a lot. It covers a lot. It's got good speed. Jolteon and the Moth with booster speed. You've done this before. 2 immunities to ground, help both of those with Orthworm and Landorus. And then Grimmsnarl, the versatile thing, which has underperformed, but I think it's your turn to see if you can do anything with Grimmsnarl. Others have failed, so it's your up. You're the next one to prove with Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, I hear that. I think Grimmsnarl's
good. We know what Urshifu Rapid and Landorus do. They're strong.
They are strong. I want to also say that Grimmsnarl I had to pick because it got sniped. I wanted Klefki originally, but Cram took it, so now I have a mission. Like. I have a mission. I have a mission against Cram's team.
You're on a mission.
Yeah.
Your mission here is set out for you. You choose your own destiny with this squad. You can push the gas pedal when you want to. And you can also push the defensive gas pedal if you need to. The brake pedal. There we go, I did it.
The brake pedal.
You can push the brake pedal too.
Yeah, certainly. I think my team's fine.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go
in high A.
I wouldn't go that crazy with it.
Alright, I'll put you in D.
Fair enough.
There we go. We did it. You're in D.
Awesome.
Alright, no, we're not that crazy. I'll put you above OC Frey because it makes me happy.
Okay. I don't agree with that take, but that's fine of you to do.
Well, OC Frey has Atlantis now, but he can't be beat by it.
True.
He does get to bring revenge, by the way, in week 6. So I'm excited for that game. Alright. The Mario Villablanca Volcanoes, the rebrand here with that's a great logo. Volcarona, Slitherwing, and Iron Moth.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Let me buy me a new camera, please.
You can get a Nexigo for like $30. They're really good. That's what I have.
And he first picked Baxcalibur, and that was, I think, what carried him a lot of last season was Baxcalibur. And so if it works, don't fix it, right? Excalibur is a really good one.
It's a crime to be an A tier, to be honest.
I think it's probably one of the best value in A for what it does. It's strong and it's pretty bulky too with 115 HP. And then you compare it with Zoroark Hisui, which, oh boy, if there's somebody who's gonna to piss people off with that thing, it's going to be him.
Yeah, Zoroark is he built a much better Zoroark team than I did, and
Shocks,
when I
Chestnut,
previously used it.
Morgrem, Spathra. And then there's just an Enamorus at pick 8.
I think it went unpicked like that entire time.
Crazy.
Like nobody picked Enamorus in the other division either. Only the Therian form got picked.
Ditto
so
and Venonat. We don't like Ditto, so we're gonna forget that. And Venonat was the snipe at F tier.
Yeah, that's all hard.
F tier, to be honest.
It's probably the best F tier in my opinion. But
man, the modes, the synergy, the fake
this team has a ton of just really threatening special offense.
And then the high damage output of Excalibur and Sandy Shocks and Zoroark.
And Espathra and Salazzle and Enamorus.
And it's got speed, it can prevent Trick Room to some extent.
Yeah, the team is really good. This is definitely my top of A tier team.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
The only thing that is hurting me, and you can see, is there are a lot of W's on the type chart. A lot of W's.
Yeah. I should probably check out what some of those W's are. That way I can build my team around it.
Oh yeah,
because I play this guy.
That's really funny that happened. That it was the last week of the season you two played. And now the first week you play.
It was insane last week.
Yeah, that was a crazy match. And now we get to see it again. Hooray.
Yep. Should be a good one. This team is really good.
Yeah,
so
the top of A is where it belongs.
I would rather have seen a water type than Ditto as your D tier pick, though. I think, again, like we talked about in the last division, I think Ditto kind of sucks. But
yeah, but no, I think it's really good still. So that's it. Just no Ditto. We're fine.
Yep.
Alright. Toronto Tinkatinks from Bread Pudding Official, also new. Great to have ya. King Gambit Cresselia.
Yikes. That's a fucking yikes by me.
Oh boy. So you have the best Trick Room Center, one of the best Trick Room Mons, and you have something to EQ with the best Trick Room Center, and you have one of probably my favorite Tailwind Center. Arbolive is a good Trick Room Sweeper. Haxorus really likes Tailwind. Cinderace is Cinderace. Goldfish is Intimidate. Tinkatuff is not Tinkatink, so it's not on brand. And then Pomo. Pomo's not useful, but the other
That's not true.
I like a lot.
That's not true. That's not true. Pomo is actually very usable.
Okay, you have Fake Out on Tinkatuff, so why would I bring Pomo over Tinkatuff?
Because Pomo has Nuzzle. I mean, there's an argument for either of them, right? Like he has both of these Eviolite Fake Out Mons and he can bring either of them if he feels the need for either of them.
T pick 3. Oh boy, yeah, that was around 3 Lando. That's what happens with 12-player divisions.
This team is really good.
Yeah, this is very scary. Very spooky.
Never mind the Cinderace in B tier feels a little bit like a crime. Like that mon is actually so strong still. People just forget that it can get stab on any of the moves of its choice.
I don't like that it doesn't G-Max anymore.
Well, no, it's that Libero's bad now.
Well, Libero got nerfed too, yeah. If it had like unnerfed Libero, I would see A, but I think B is probably reasonable now. But I could be very wrong because it's really strong and really fast.
Yeah, it's a good mon. Haxorus is also really strong and pairs nicely with that Tailwind because you can't intimidate it with Kilowattrel right next to it.
Yeah. I think
this is a super.
I think it's another
super
S,
good.
To be honest.
Yeah, super S tier team. This team is really good.
Yeah. I don't know if it's better than Krams or Satsu's. It might be, to be honest.
What is Krams? Oh, Kram is the Sun team. No, it's not. I don't think it's better than either of those teams.
Alright, very well. Put it here.
But it's still S tier because I mean.
Yeah, it's good.
You have your budget
That's
fake out. You have
scary.
good speed control. You have good mons. This is just another good mons team.
Mm-hmm. And they work together, which is what makes it scary. Because I can't talk. And then the last team, the Exegutors by InSpace, Tornadus, Palafin, Brute Bonnet, Heatran, Tinkaton, Cyclozar, Heracross, Articuno, Dreadnought, and Sliggoo. This is more manual rain, and I did not say Pelipper in either division.
Yeah, what is this? What is up with these last picks going with Tornadus, Palafin, and like Amoonguss?
Well, now we have the better Amoonguss.
I was gonna say, I think that out of those two teams, that this one definitely does it better.
Oh, this
because
is 100% better. You have a better fire. You have a fire type. Brute Bonnet is a better Amoonguss. Tinkaton is good. Cyclozar, I think, is underrated.
Cyclozar is super good.
And if you're setting rain with Torn, Dreadnaught's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, you even have like secondary Tailwind with Articuno.
Mm-hmm.
Articuno gets a big buff from Terra because it can actually use its defensive stats on a decent typing, so it's actually like kind of a real mon.
Articuno, give it to me.
This is a much better team. You have way better switch outs for Palafin with Bonnet, Cyclozar, like even like Tinkaton and Heatran are good.
You lead Cyclozar,
good
Palafin,
switch out.
Switch out Palafin, and then Cyclozar uses
Tail.
Yeah, Shed Tail.
Yeah,
and then you bring in Hero for Palafin, literally on turn 1 under a sub.
Does Cyclozar get Rain Dance? I'm pretty sure it does, right?
I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to fact check that, or if you can.
Yeah, I'll do it real quick. Because if Cyclozar gets Rain Dance, then that kind of gives it.
That gives the team like so much depth.
Yeah, I think Cyclozar does get Rain Dance, so I think that really helps. I think that really helps his team out a little bit. Yeah, this team is actually way better. It has way more stuff than the other Palafin team.
Better.
Man, is there no C tiers in this division? This division's a little crazy.
The Fire Island Knights, the Dozo Fluttermane team we call the worst. That just tells you how strong this division is.
Yeah, just I think that this team is like right below Sonido's team. That's where I'm like feeling it.
This one?
Oh, actually no. Honestly, I think that this is a much better team.
I think this could be here, to be honest. Right here.
Yeah, super well balanced. Yeah. Like just like good types and good bonds as well. This is a good team.
Yeah, this team's kind of cracked.
Where'd you end up putting it at? Did you put it in A tier? Yeah.
Right below is Frey.
That's valid.
With that,
is that it? Done. Is that it? Can I take the sunglasses off now?
No.
Unlucky.
You asked. You should have just taken them off.
No, I can't.
Alright, that is the rankings for that too. I'll post both pictures in the Premier Ball General channel, and then you can all rip on why Chad put you in all these places. And I'll just sit here and be like, I'll point at him and say he did it.
that's valid. That's valid. I'll take that.
This division looks really strong with those drafts. 12-player drafts will do that.
12-player drafts with a bunch of new stuff.
Yeah, there's tons of good stuff. All right, we're looking forward to some Week 1 matches. I think the first one's being played tonight, actually. So you get to see that. And yeah, best of luck to everybody playing. I have no other words. You have any other words, Mr. Solanor?
Nah, that's it for me. So yeah, good luck this season, everyone, but not too much luck when you're playing against me.
Or me.
And yeah, kind of looking forward to seeing how our power rankings compare to what actually happens. So
we shall see. All right, well, as tradition, my name is Spades, my partner Solanor, and we are out. Goodbye.